Kelly, my name is Bill Price. I have three questions for you. Number one, what kind of dogs do you prefer? And what kind of breeds do you prefer and why? Number two is, do you think the president should build a wall between Mexico and the United States and why? Number three, do you think the president should use monies that was confiscated in drug raids and all as to build a wall and why? Thank you very much.
Bill, the question that that I choose to answer today is about the breed of dogs. I have three dogs. I have one Beagle who's 17 years old. I have a Chihuahua who is 4 years old and a Chihuahua who just turned a year old this month. They are all three dogs were rescue dogs. Maggie was chained to a tree and she kept it was next to a fence, and she kept trying to jump over the fence and almost choked herself to death several times. So I rescued her. I've had her the longest. I've had her for about 16 years because I got her when she was about a year old. The first Chihuahua is Gibby. He's 4 years old. He was walking down this middle of the street in the rain, and he had his collar and his leash dragging behind him. A state police officer stopped and picked him up, and the next day, through a contact at work, I was asked if I would like to have him, and of course I took him in. The third dog that I have is another Chihuahua. She was rescued from a family who had moved and could not keep her at their home. So they were trying to give those away rather than send them to the pound. So I took her, and she turned a year old this month, matter of fact. I love the breeds that we have. They are very loving dogs. Maggie is at the age where she does not like to be handled a whole lot. She'll let you know when she needs attention and you pay her attention. Other than that, she sleeps a lot, but that's to be expected because of her age. Gibby, at 4 years old, he's very active, he's very loving. He likes to put his head on my shoulder, and he likes to give me hugs. So, that always makes a person feel good when they get hugs. The third dog is also a Chihuahua, Sissy, who's the year-old dog, and she loves to play with Gibby. They run around the house. Sometimes they sound like they're going to tear the house down, but they just love to play with each other, and sometimes they're growling at each other, but they're just playing, really. I prefer these breeds of dogs because of their personalities and the way they interact with people. They're not vicious dogs. They don't try to bite. They do bark if company comes in, but once the company gets in, then they kind of calm down, and they want to be petted by the company. I would probably choose one of those breeds. Should something happen to one of my dogs, I would be prone to get either another Beagle or another Chihuahua just because of their personalities and the way that they love on you and show affection. And I'm glad that I rescued them. Today there's so many commercials on TV, and you hear about so many animals being mistreated, and I really do love animals. Dogs especially. If I lived on a farm, I would probably have a farm full of animals, and so I'm just bound to those type of breeds because of their loving attitude and their personality.